Oh, hi, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. We know it's the holidays. There may be people that are joining us today, additional people, but it was important for us to have another IT steering committee meeting to give you an update on our annual CIO report coming out of the Office of Enterprise Technology Services. You have the agenda in front of you. And before we continue any further, we are going to take roll call. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Joanna, who's going to take roll call for us today. Thank you.
Okay, if all members could turn on their cameras and let me know if you're alone or who's with you. Christine Sakuda.
Aloha, everyone. Christine Sakuda, State CIO. I'm in a conference room in the Kalani Moku building. And with me, I have 4 members of my staff. Thank you.
Vicky Hardesty. Marcus Yano. Gregor Ilagan. Bill Kumagai.
Here, all alone.
Thank you. Benson Chu. Joe Kumabe. Darren Moriwaki. Eugene Chang. What says he's on hold?
How come you check? Is that us or is
No,
that
he
he put himself on hold? Okay. He's here though, so thank you.
Arno Kishi. Mai Wing Van. Amy Peckinpah. Garrett Yoshimi.
Just scroll down to make sure we're catching everyone. Okay.
So as of now, we do not have quorum and we will not be voting during this meeting.
Okay, thank you. And we do see other members on. Okay, thank you. So we do not, as John has said, we do not have quorum today, and we knew it was going to be tough during the holidays. But therefore, for the committee members, we're not going to motion to approve any of the agenda items, and we will defer those until the next meeting. But we are also going to continue on with the agenda. And so therefore, it's important for us to give an update on the IT steering. I'm sorry. And it's important for us to give an update to the IT steering committee on our annual report, which is the reason why we're gathering here today. So we're going to move on to the next agenda item number 2, which is review and approve of the minutes. We're going to defer that. And then we are going to move on to agenda item number 3, which is public testimony. And with that, is there anyone from the public who would like to testify? If so, please raise your hand, your virtual hand, so our administrators can unmute your mic. And please introduce yourself and proceed. So, is there anyone from the public that would like to testify? Please raise your virtual hand. Do you see anybody? No? Okay.
Sorry, one moment. Senator, we're unmuting you and turning your camera on in just a few seconds.
Okay. Can you do that, John? Aloha, Senator Moriwaki. Welcome. Can you hear us okay? Okay, if you can hear us, you're on mute. And you should be able to unmute and mute yourself. So we just want to make sure, we're going to make sure that you're able to do that and then continue to proceed. Okay, so I'm going back to agenda item number 3, seeing no public testimony there. We are going to move on to the next agenda item. The next agenda item is the ETS CIO annual report and update. Is there anyone from the public who would like to provide testimony on this agenda item? Please raise your virtual hand and then we will unmute you. Thank you. Is there any virtual hand being raised to our admin team here? Okay, great. Seeing none. Okay, thank you very much. So for those members that are new as you join on, the CIO provides an annual report for the state IT as state IT update to the legislature every year. And so we are in the process of drafting that report. That is led by our senior communications manager and PIO, Glenn Dela Cruz. And we wanted to just walk through the report at a very high level, get any feedback or comments from the IT steering committee. The report is due 20 days before the start of the ledge session. So we actually technically have a little bit of time. I'm going to ask Glenn to provide what date that is exactly. And so, we've done a lot of work happening in the last year. So the report is a culmination of that. As many of you know, we are also working on our IT consolidation plan, which is also due at the end of the year. So it's fast and furious for us, and a lot of great work has been happening within ETS, and we want to make sure that gets captured in both, reflected in the IT consolidation plan, as we have had significant outreach to the departments, but also reflected in the CIO annual report. And so with that, we can continue to kind of scroll down, ask John to scroll down. You should have the annual report with you. It was attached to the calendar invite. And so I'm sorry that the table of contents is, looking funny. You were pulling that in from the rest of the document. And just kind of, once you move up, Joanna, to the table of contents, so I'll stop there. Okay, I don't really envision us going through the plan line by line and item by item. You can read the report. So just we're going to scroll through the highlights. And so basically the annual report is outlined by our major initiatives that you'll see in section 3. And so, those are our major initiatives that are aligned with our state IT strategy. We are in the process of updating that. That should look very familiar to you. And next year, it actually might look a little different. And then the 4th section is any awards and recognition that we have. And then the 5th section, of course, is looking ahead to 2025. Okay. And so with that, I'm going to pause there and turn it over to our Senior Communications Manager, Glenn Dela Cruz. He actually has the lead on updating the IT consolidation plan, just to see if he had any high-level, comments for the committee.
Yeah, thanks. We are in the process. You've seen this draft. It is still going a few more revisions and additions, actually. So I'm hoping to have that actually by the end of the day tomorrow, if not sooner. So stay tuned, and we should have this ready in plenty of time for review.
Great, thank you.
Mhm.
So Joanna, if you can continue to scroll down, and I'm going to walk through at a high level, continue to scroll down. Of course, we start with the CIO messages and just go down to the about ETS. So this part is new. ETS actually spent the better part of the last year working on an ETS strategy. And so this is a reflection of that. And so if you keep on going down, again, I don't plan on going word for word, but we really work hard to embed the spirit of aloha that is in our HRS, into ETS. And I'm very proud of that. And so you'll see that. The second section, if you can pause here, is just related to the financial picture of the IT investments within the state. And so these are also familiar to you. And, as we continue to move forward, we will continue to make sure that what the graphs illustrate are clear to the committee. And so ETS annual expenditures are about $50 million a year. And they're kind of divided into these major areas. And, as you can tell, we spend a lot of, feedback back on our, okay, I can keep going. Okay. We spend a lot of, time focused on supporting operations within state government. And that's really critical. So that makes up a significant amount of the resources that we have. But in addition to that, we also spend a lot of effort on our IT governance initiatives. We're expanding our focus on data and AI, led through our chief data officer, cybersecurity, of course, led through our chief information security officer. We're starting to spend more resources on workforce development. And you'll continue to see that the results of that, not always represented fiscally, but the results of that, through our report. So we're going to go on to the next slide. And so I'll pause here, just especially with ETS positions by strategy. We really break down, where our resources are sectioned out within ETS to support our main goals. And so it's important for us to capture that, and we'll keep on moving down the report. Section 2.4, of course, focuses on our committee. As we continue to move forward, we really are looking for opportunities to engage our ITSC, our IT steering committee members more. And we are always grateful to have you participate on the ITSC. So historically, as we know, a lot of the ITSC committee meetings have been reporting out, and it's important for us to make sure that you're updated. But, as we continue to move forward and transition from the strategic planning that ETS is involved in and working with, we really hope to engage the IT steering committee more on, our initiatives moving forward. So I think we have a correction here and thank you, Bill. I'm sorry that you were not captured here, and that will be updated it has already been updated in our draft. This is actually the formal draft that was circulated to the IT steering committee. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to raise your hand, and we welcome feedback either here on the committee meeting or also directly back to us over the next several weeks. Okay, and we keep on going down. Sorry, scroll up. Okay, stop right there. So it's important to note that to the ITSC that ETS is on the board of several other committees. In my role as the CIO and in our role as Enterprise Technology Services. So this is kind of here as a FYI for you. And then we're going to kind of keep on moving down. Thank you, Joanna. Okay. And moving on to section 3, we kind of outline our high-level goals and initiatives. And so as you see here, a lot of our work is organized around these strategic priorities, and we continue to move forward. And that's how we are reporting out to the IT steering committee. So starting with the first one, which is a key one under 3.2. One of the biggest successes that we've had over the last year is helping the departments develop their department IT strategies. It was an outcome of the state IT strategic plan that really kind of revealed that part of the role of ETS and the state CIO is to help ensure that not only do we have a state IT strategy, but the departments have IT strategies as well that align to the state IT strategies and also support the department's business priorities. The IT spend requests that ETS governs requires that the departments have a department IT strategy. So there's a lot of effort put into this. And while we don't, I keep on going down, have it here, very few departments actually had department IT strategies last year. And this year, almost all of the departments have their department IT strategies. And so this is an example of a one-page summary, a one-page strategy, as we call it. We have helped the departments create not only their strategy in a Word document, but one-page strategies. And these reflect a high-level snapshot of how the department's IT goals are aligned to the department's executive priorities that you see here. And in the bottom section, if you can scroll down, the IT initiatives in every department are kind of reflected. They're reflected here over the next several years. So this is kind of their IT, the department's IT spend requests. These are all also reflected at a high level on the ETS website through our LeanIX platform, which is described down below. And so I just wanted to pause here and just congratulate all of the departments for the collaboration that they have had with ETS at the executive level and also at the IT leadership level, and really putting the strategies together. For the departments to sign off, for the departments to get 100%, to the milestone of an IT strategy, we ask that the IT directors get a sign off from the department leadership on the IT strategy. And this really helps to align the IT strategies within the departments with the business goals. And so it's been a wonderful exercise. So I'm gonna stop here and just see if any of the committee members has any questions or comments related to this, because as some of you know, it's actually a big effort within ETS. Okay. Okay, great. And please feel free to raise your hand, and we'll make sure that you're unmuted and you're happy to ask a question anytime. Okay, we'll continue to move forward. Thank you. Okay, so this section kind of outlines the, let's see here. One of the first priorities, optimize process efficiency. And so the next section is, we're gonna just sort of keep on scrolling down, Joanne. I wanted to highlight partnerships and governments. It's the table, this one. Okay, so I think this is one of actually the most important sections of the annual report. It actually shows, what modernization projects have been completed, which ones are operational, which ones are in progress. And so this actually shows, the progress that we've made at a high level, and what's coming up. So if you continue to scroll down, yeah, you can kind of keep on that. That's what's there. We want to actually call out the fact we do the independent verification and validation reports. And so you'll see here that we are in the process of strengthening the governance related to that. I know this has been of some importance to some IT steering committee members on how are we leveraging IB&V, how can we take advantage of the value that this provides to the departments in ETS as far as providing visibility over the major modernization projects, and how can we really use this tool, and if not this tool, support the departments in their modernization journey. And so we have, if you keep on going down, have set as part of our standard committee meetings, sharing the, how are the big modernization projects doing, and sharing that back with the IT steering committee. We continue to do this in 2026. The next section is maximizing the value of shared services. Okay, and this is where we highlight the progress of the IT consolidation plan. So we're not going to go over it into a lot of detail, and you're going to find out more that the IT consolidation plan, as you know, has been, from the last update that we provided, has been in the planning phase since 2022. And ETS is working closely with the working group made up of the leadership of the departments to make recommendations to the legislature on Act 173 and also Act 174 what is the other act that's here?
170.
Yes, 179, thank you. And so that meeting is actually happening next week, and then we look forward to providing an update to you related to that. I'll pause here to see if anyone has any questions or comments related to the consolidation plan. Okay. Great. Okay, thank you. And so if we keep slowly and going down, you're just gonna see the other major sections in the CIO report. So EFS is another major section, and you can kind of take a look at that. Also in the report is,
Do we need to address this?
okay, hold on just a second. So I would like to ask, I would like to make sure that we have all of the IT committee members showing your video on. Just want to make sure that that's actually the case. So we're going to ask the admin team to make sure you show your video. That's part of the requirement of the IT steering committee meetings and part of the sunshine law. So we're going to take a short pause here to make sure that we have that. And thank you for your patience. As you know, we are instituting additional security features just to make sure that our IT committee members are running smoothly. And it's taking some adjustments, for the committee members to make sure that you have the access that you need. So I apologize if it's a bit of a cumbersome process. And so committee member Yoshimi and also committee member Chang, I think I see you here. Senator Moriwaki, do you have a question or comment that you'd like to share with us at this time? And can you please unmute Senator?
And unmute.
Okay, can you unmute her?
No need to disable it.
Okay. Senator, are you able to unmute your mic?
Yeah, sorry. I had a problem
great.
getting on the mic previously, so
Okay.
this is an old question, or a question about previous.
Okay, yes, please.
previous, yeah,
Happy to take
item.
your question.
So I was just interested in either the consolidation, or I congratulate you on getting all of the departments to come up with plans and how they're going forward. It helps us on the budgeting side to know what's up and where they're heading. But I'm just wondering, do all of the departments that have big projects and plans have a separate IV&V contract, or are you doing it en masse for all departments, or how do you go about doing that? Does the RFP go out to one company to do it, or how are we going about getting our IV&V contractors?
Okay, great. Thank you for that question. I'm gonna answer, and then if there's anything I've missed, I'm gonna call on my IT governance officer, Todd Ormora, to provide additional comment. But as you know, Senator, there's legislation that enables ETS to administer the IV&Vs, and the CIO works with the IT governance committee and the departments that have large projects to determine which projects qualify for IV&V or not. So we tend to really focus on the bigger projects. If it's deemed that a large project should have IV&V, then we go through an RFP process where different companies can bid on, doing the work of the IV&V according to a set of standards that's determined through ETS in partnership with the departments. And then a vendor is selected, and then that vendor works with the department specifically, in the implementation phase to run the IV&V process. So when you look at the IV&V reports on the ETS website, they're going to be from different vendors because we don't only use one vendor to do the report. So therefore they look differently as well. So I hope that answers your question.
No, that's good. As long as, we've got a number of different companies and that each of these large projects are assessed as they go along, because we've had problems in the past. So it's good to
Yeah.
have IVV. So thank
Yes,
you.
thank you. Thank you. Okay, Eugene, I see your hand up. Are you able to unmute and ask a question or provide a comment? Thank you. You're still muted, Eugene. I'm not sure if, let's see here. Okay. So we're gonna lower your hand, but if you have a question or a comment, please put it in the chat. And again, I ask as the chair of the meeting and in accordance to our sunshine laws that you put your video on the process. Thank you. Okay. Candace, I see your hand raised. Thank you very much.
Hi, Christine. I don't know if you saw this email, but Eugene emailed saying he is on as an unverified user and he can see and hear, but he cannot proceed past the password process.
Okay, thank you for that. Hold on just a moment.
Oh, he's not the only one.
Okay, let's take a look at the chat. I'm not looking at the chat right now, so give us just a minute. For the committee members that are on, thank you, Candace. We're gonna just do a technical check and verification here. Thank you.
We got the same message from Miki Hardesty, Joel Kumabe, and Garrett Yoshimi.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so there is a setting to a verification of user setting that is there, and I apologize to the committee members that we weren't aware of the setting and why it works for some people and why it doesn't work for other people. And so we're trying to work through that now. If you can give us just a quick minute to see if we can look into the administration of the meeting, and thank you for those that are on the meeting and providing the comments in the chat. You know, we tested the process, and we're not really quite sure what's happening despite our best efforts to do so. Hold on just a moment. Okay, thank you. Hold on just one more minute. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your patience, to the people attending and also to the committee members. We actually have two administrators here that are working very hard to make sure that, one, the IT committee members are actually able to get on and communicate with us, and two, that we actually keep the meeting safe from bad actors, which is what happened the last time, and three, that the meeting is still accessible to everyone that is interested in supporting this meeting. And so, Joanna, can you just explain, just for those that may be, looking for a way to access, provide video and audio? Thank you.
We're attempting to set up, like precautionary settings for the meetings. So we're asking people to verify who they are before entering the meeting. But I see that was an issue, so I just took down that setting, and I believe the other members can now join, whether they're verified or unverified accounts. And as another precaution, anyone that joins the meeting will have their mic and camera disabled, and our admin staff will have to allow you to speak or turn on your cameras. And if so, just post in the chat your name and that you would like to speak, and then we can unmute you.
Okay, so let's take a quick pause and we have the chat open. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the admin team to continue to look at the, send a message to the participants. So I'm gonna ask you to do that and send a message to the committee members, Lisa, and just see if they can join again. And we'll continue forward. Okay, thank you. Okay, can you go back to the screen, please, Joanna? Thank you. Okay, so thank you for your feedback. We're going to continue to move forward, and we're going to continue to scroll down. And so just for highlights, one of the big meetings that we have, of course, is the big initiatives are actually highlighted here and providing detail for you as far as the progress of the major initiatives that we've had. So this is kind of continue to scroll down, Joanna, because we don't have to read it line by line, but you're going to it provides an overview of the major initiatives that we're working on. And I think it does a really good job at reflecting to you the extensive IT governance process that we apply to our enterprise initiatives, that we're working on and we continue to work on moving forward. So just kind of scroll down. You can read this. We, again, welcome your input into this plan. Okay, so continue to scroll down and do section 3. Yeah. So if we move on to section 4, this is the awards and recognition. And so again, we give highlights there from a national perspective. We're doing a great job based off of, the digital state survey that's conducted. The last survey that we did in 2024 was a grade of an A-, so that's wonderful. And we'll continue to provide those updates to you. And then looking ahead to 2026, and we're still working on this section, that we are going to update the state IT strategic plan, especially with Glenn's support on board, and we try to strive for the plan to just really reflect meaningful progress and our enterprise strategies that we have in partnership with the departments moving forward. And so, a lot of the work that we've done is a lot of technical governance, IT governance, and we're really leaning in also at the executive level to make sure that we, as we the departments continue to modernize their own initiatives, as things move to the cloud, as cybersecurity continues to be more robust, that we make sure we provide, solid support for our IT critical infrastructure moving forward, while also enabling our state initiatives to and programs to innovate as best as possible. So we always kind of continue to do that. And so with that, I'm going to stop and pause here. You're able to read everything, in the plan and just see if anyone has any questions or comments. Okay, so stop sharing, Joanna, so I can see this people. Okay. Thank you. So for our committee members, and we're monitoring the chat, do you have any questions or comments at this time? We're going to continue to update the plan. We can update you again once the final plan is done at our next IT steering committee meeting and share that out with you. We look forward to doing that, but thank you. Okay, Senator Moriwaki, we see your hand up. So if you can unmute your phone, I'm sorry, unmute your mic, that'd be great.
Just a quick question. So is this
Sure.
draft report online, or how do we access it? You folks are still in process, or?
Yeah,
um,
we're still in process, so it's not posted on the ETS website formally, but we did send that out as part of the packet in a draft form. So
Okay.
we can send you the draft form. It's on the ITSC website. Yeah, so we can send it out again. So just it's accessible to you. Thank you. And again,
Okay,
we really
thank
look forward to any of your feedback.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially for the ledge session. So thank you. Does anyone have any other questions or comments at this time? Okay. Bill Kumagai, thank you.
Just to follow up on the senator's question, should we forward these to Glenn? Any comments we have on the report?
Sure, you can forward them to Glenn or myself. Glenn is the intake person. So definitely Glenn. Thank you, Bill. But if you
Okay,
have
thanks.
broader questions, I'm available anytime, and I know I kind of converse with many members of the IT steering committee on an ongoing basis. Thank you. I appreciate your input. Everyone's input. Thank you. Okay, we're going to continue to move forward, and if at any time people have a question, please feel free to raise your hand. Okay. So moving on to the next agenda item, which is agenda item number 5, and this is the good of the order. And so would anyone like to testify from the public? Thank you. Please raise your virtual hand. Okay, yes, thank you. We have one member from the public, so we're going to unmute you and allow you to welcome you in and share your questions or comments. Thank you. From Danielle.
Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel.
Aloha.
I'm with Andrews Technology. We specialize in time and attendance for complex public sector workforces. And over the past few weeks, I've actually been living in your world as much as I can from the mainland. I've been reading as much as I can about Hawaii Pay and the Hawaii Information Portal, and I've been reviewing your guys' state audit findings and the IT steering committee hearings, the county and departmental practices, and how payroll and timekeeping actually is handled across all the agencies in the island. So I'm not here with just a generic pitch. I'm here because Hawaii's environment, Hawaii Pay at the core, multiple departments, multiple unions, multiple islands, is exactly the kind of complexity that we're built to handle. Hawaii Pay has given the state a unified payroll backbone. The problem that we see is upstream. The time data feeding that backbone is often coming from manual timesheets, spreadsheets, or a patchwork of local solutions. Every time someone rekeys hours, recalculates overtimes, or has to fix it later, has to risk costs going up. Our platform sits between your employees and Hawaii Pay. Time is captured once correctly, and then flows cleanly into payroll, leave, and reporting. No rekeying, no shadow systems, and far fewer off-cycle corrections. Where strongest is where Hawaii Pay is more complex. The 24/7 operations like police, fire, corrections, and dispatch, field and mobile workers in DOT, public works and facilities, your seasonal, part-time, and grant-funded positions, and multiple unions with different overtime, differential, and holiday rules. We bring mobile punching with GPS and optional geofencing so that the crews can clock in from where the work actually happens, while still respecting collective bargaining agreements and agency policies. A rules engine that can model Hawaii's real contracts and policies so that payroll isn't fixing exceptions by hand every single pay period. Integrated accrual and leave management so that balances are accurate and audible across agencies. Public safety scheduling that handles rotating shifts, the minimum staffing, and Kelly days, with schedules flowing directly into time and payroll. From a statewide perspective, this does 3 things. First, it reduces risks. It standardizes the timekeeping on top of Hawaii Pay and lowers the chance of wage and hour issues, the audit findings, or grievances tied to inconsistent or manual processes. Second, it frees up people. Right now, highly skilled staff are spending way too much cleaning up the time cards, and when timekeeping is automated and integrated, those hours will come back to the state. Third, it'll give you better visibility. When time flows cleanly into Hawaii Pay, you will get real-time labor data by agency, island, project, and grant, supporting better budgeting, better negotiations, and better reporting to the legislator and the public. We're not asking you to replace Hawaii Pay. We're proposing a specialized time and attendance layer that strengthens the investment that you guys have already made and fits the way that Hawaii actually works. What I'd ask is for a short follow-up working session. Let us take one real use case, a DOT crew, a public safety schedule, or a mixed union environment and show you that scenario would look like from a dedicated timekeeping platform feeding into Hawaii Pay. We quantify the impact in terms of errors avoided, hours saved, and risk reduced. If the goal is to honor the investment in Hawaii Pay, protect the state from avoidable risk, and make life easier for the people who actually run payroll and manage schedules, this is what we do every day. We would be honored to partner with you to make Hawaii Pay not just a strong payroll system, but the foundation of a truly modern statewide workforce platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bert. Thank you very much for that testimony. We really appreciate that. And we will take that as an action item to have someone from our IT governance group reach out to you, Daniel, and follow up with you, just to make connections along the way. So let's see. We have.
Sounds great. I'm going to put my contact information in the chat for everybody.
Great, thank you. That would be very helpful. We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Are there any other members from the public that would like to testify on agenda item number 5, the good of the order? We welcome public testimony. Thank you. Okay. With that, we are going to go to announcements. I think I already said a few. I mean, the big announcement is happy holidays, everyone. We hope that you have a wonderful holiday. And more importantly, just thank you to all of first the ETF staff for all of your support and all the work that you do. And second, in not necessarily that order, but second and critically, the IT steering committee members for your constant support and showing up to the IT steering committee and your support of our work, the hard work that we do. A lot of the work that we do is behind the scenes. And so one of our priorities this year is just to communicate the value of the work that we do with the, across the executive branch, with the legislature, so that we can serve the public as best as possible. So we thank you for all of your support. The next IT steering committee meeting is February 26th. It's set in the agenda. You should have the information, with you at that time. We look forward to providing an update and sharing the final CIO annual report as well as the consolidation plan. And so with that, may I have a motion to, well, I don't think we have quorum, so I'm just going to say we're going to adjourn the meeting. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. Meeting adjourned. Thank you very much.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Take care.